Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicity here, and in this video I'm going to recommend some unisex tarot decks for you as you request. And so thank you for your question. And so as a tarot beginners, how can you choose a tarot deck for you? For me personally, I feel that it's good to know that you don't need a lot of decks to begin with, because you're just starting and you are finding out whether tarot is for you or not. So it's better to begin or start with just 2 or 3 tarot decks instead of keep collecting and collecting, unless you are a tarot deck collector and then you can collect different types of decks. Otherwise, if you are just learning about tarot and you would like to put tarot into practice, then it's better to choose 2 or 3 decks to begin with instead of 10 or 50 decks to begin with. And the second thing you would like to know is that it's very important to choose a deck that resonates with you instead of listening to others and purchase a deck because so and so feels that this deck works really well, or I feel that this deck works really well. It's because the decks that works for others or me doesn't mean that the decks will work for you as well. So it's very important to listen to yourself instead of others when it comes to choosing a tarot decks for yourself. And also it's good to take a look at least a couple of cards and to see whether you understand the meaning of the symbols in the cards, or you really like the drawing style of the decks or not, because different card illustrators will have different kind of drawing style. Some can really resonate with you, some may really draws your attention, and some really doesn't resonate with you, or you don't like the color combination or the drawing style, or maybe there are certain elements in the tarot cards that you don't like. And so it's good to go online and Google about the images of the deck and make sure that you like the images that you see, or you can go to YouTube videos and to see whether someone show 78 cards in a certain decks that you are thinking about purchasing. And also for me, it's very important to choose a deck that can create common language between tarot readers. What do I mean by that? It means that it's really good to choose a tarot deck that exists in the market for a long time, or right now many tarot readers follow Rider-Waite system or the Thoth system. So for me it's very important to stick to the original Rider-Waite system to begin, not stick to begin with the original Rider-Waite system. That means that you have to choose to study deeply about the original Rider-Waite cards or the Thoth system. So it's very important that you purchase the original Rider-Waite tarot deck. So this is the original Rider-Waite tarot deck. It is also my first tarot deck. It's published by US Games, and it's very easy to obtain. The price is very reasonable, and cards shuffle really well, and also the card stock is well made. And so as a beginner, it's very important to choose a deck that can create common language between tarot readers. Because why? Because when you go to the tarot seminars, or when you watch some videos, or when the tarot readers are trying to teach you about tarot, normally they will talk about certain cards, maybe the magician in the tarot deck, maybe 8 of wands or 10 of wands or 3 of swords, and basically they are following the original Waite system or the fourth system. And if you begins to learn tarot, and then you choose the tarot decks that no one have ever heard of, or it's very difficult to obtain, or cannot create a common language between tarot readers, then it's very difficult for you to ask a question, and then for the tarot readers to help you. Because why? Because for those novelty decks, or for the decks that not following the Waite system, and the tarot readers may not have the common language with you. Just like English. English is the international language in the world right now. We have to accept this fact. And it's for communication. It's for people from different nations to communicate, to come together, to work on certain things, or to have the common language. So the original Waite tarot deck, or the fourth tarot deck, is the common language between tarot readers. So whenever someone mentions about Ace of Wands or 10 of Swords or certain cards, at least if you begin with original Waite cards, then you are able to have a solid, concrete image of the cards, of the certain cards in your mind when there's a seminar, when there's a tarot course, when you ask a tarot readers for help, for advice to interpret certain decks, certain cards for you, or certain spreads for you. So it's very important to learn about the original Waite, to have at least one original Waite decks. Now when I look at this deck again, I really like the golden color and the red, the combination of the color. And I know that some of you feels that the drawing may not look as beautiful as the other decks that follow the Waite system, but for me, it's very important to really begins with it, because if you don't understand, or if you don't look at the original Waite system, then it feels like you have heard of Harry Potter, but you have never heard of Merlin, or you have heard of Twilight, but you have never heard of Dracula. So for me, it's very important that you know the originals, because they are the authority, they are the master, they begins things, they brings the beginnings of things. And so this is the card back of the original Waite cards that I have. And so it's a wonderful feeling. It's also that when you first begins with the original Waite cards, for me it feels like they are welcome you to a circle, to the another dimension, or maybe your angels, maybe your higher self, or maybe your spirit guides are connecting with you and take you to the new world when you first shuffle these cards. It's like the initiation, or at least I felt this energy when I first shuffle the original Waite cards, when I first begins to read with tarot cards. And also it's very important to choose a deck that really easy for you to obtain, because when you lose cards or you lose the deck, you can go to second-hand market, or you can just go to a bookstore to repurchase. So you will, whenever you lose a deck, you will not panic. You will always have a deck. You can always have a second-hand deck, or you can always obtain another deck, right? So it's good to have a deck that easy to obtain, and it's massively produced on the market, and or at the second-hand market you can easily obtain, and the cost is very reasonable. You do not want to spend $100 for a deck when you lose a deck that you emotionally bond with, or you skillfully bond with, right? So to have a deck that easy to obtain, to build a bond with, is very, very important. So the second deck you can choose is the deck that is the clone to the original Waite system. And here I would recommend the Steampunk Tarot, published by Llewellyn and created by Barbara Moore. And this deck comes with a guidebook, and it's easy to use. It's not differ from the Waite system, and the image is very, very cool, and it's unisex. I really love this deck because it's a cool deck. I like the image. I like the drawing. Normally I don't like the decks that have the computerized, the computer feeling, but I really like this deck because look at this. This is the star card, and the girl here is really cool. It looks really cool. And this is the back of this deck, and there's the contrast between the dark and light in a lot of cards, and it's similarly following the original Waite system, and it comes with the guidebook. So as a beginner, you at least have something to follow if you cannot understand the cards. And also it's very important that before you read the guidebook, it's very important that you look at each cards and then have your own understanding of the cards instead of read the book first. It's because when you read the book first, then no matter how you try to interpret the cards, the mind will always tell you what is written in the book. The mind will always follow the books. The mind will always follow the past information that you have digest. So it's very important that before you read the guidebooks of each deck, you need to look at each card carefully and come up with yourself, come up with your own opinions, your own interpretations of each card. That's how you build up your own knowledge. That's how you have your own understanding of each card, and that's how your guides, that's how your spirits will communicate with you. Look at the light and dark contrast. And I traveled with this deck once, and it really helps to attract the people that I need to meet on the road. And I also read for both genders, both male and females, and it's a really cool deck. And it's really funny that the people that I met on my journey when I was traveling really like the past. They really like antiques, and they like the past. They study the history, and so it's a really good deck, full of positive energy, and both genders are delighted with this deck, even though they don't read tarot themselves. And so it's a good deck. Normally I don't like the like a lot of computer looks like the characters from the computer, but this deck really resonated with me. Yes, I hope that you see clearly, but yes, I have tried to show a lot of cards from this deck. And so it's very important to begin with the original Waite cards, or at least the Waite clone decks that comes with guidebooks and first, and then you can move on to the second type of deck. The second type of deck that is slightly differing, drifting away from the Waite system, but still it's very recognizable. And I will recommend that once you understand the Waite system, you can move on to the deck that slightly differ. I will recommend the Cosmic Tarot, published by AGM or the US Games. And you can see a lot of image that reminds you of the 80s. Some people like it and some don't. Here is the card back. And at the beginning, you know, when I first begin studying tarot, for me, I don't really like it. But somehow as I go along and then I look back on this deck, I really like it. I don't know why. And some even feel that this deck reminds them of the Hollywood stars. But I don't recognize any one of them. So I just like the drawing. I just like the beautiful image. And also this deck speaks really sharply. And there's no going around the gardens. And they will just go bang, okay? This is the truth. This is the information that you need to know. And what I really like is that there's a playing of the color. And there's the blue color, and also there's the pink, slight pink, and the yellow color in the suit of wands. And yes, a lot of image that slightly differ, but still recognizable. What I like is that it's really straightforward, and once this deck give me some information and reminds me of the truth that I need to tell my clients. And because even though I didn't request my clients to tell me the background information, this client somehow told me the background information that is not 100% true. Maybe because she or he just are embarrassed or worry about myself judging them. So this deck, when I was reading for my clients, this deck give me a hint twice. Okay, look, the information, the background information that the client told you is not 100% true. So here is the truth. So this deck really really honest, and it can help you to find out any hidden secrets. And and also very important to understand that this deck may not follow your guidance. Like they may not, the cards may not fall onto the spreads that exactly what you mean, what you need them to do. They will just fall on the position where they need you to understand some information. So you have to really understand how this card works. They may not fall into the place where you require them to fall. Like, okay, this is the present, this is the past, this is the future. They do not fall on like that. They just need you to understand the whole spread instead of interpreting the cards one by one. But the good thing is that they're very honest. They help you to connect to the truth. And it slightly differ to the original wider rig system, but not going very crazy. The second deck that I recommend you is the Alchemical Tarot deck. This is the 4th edition. I haven't used this. I haven't used this before. This deck just arrived recently to my collection, so I haven't used it, so I cannot comment or review on this deck. But I really like this mute color, and the mute color really reminds me of some antique papers. Here is the back of the cards. And also, like the Cosmic Tarot that I introduced previously, this deck carries some astrology symbol. So if you like to study astrology, it can really help you to connect the astrology side of your interpretation. And so it's also slightly differ from the wider rig system, but it's not going crazy. I like the mute color. I feel that it's also unisex. Yeah, so I have heard that it also have guidebook. You have to purchase it separately. And so let's move on to the next category, next type of the deck that is purely based on your own intuition. Okay, this is the Olympus Tarot by Los Galabel, and this deck is completely different from the traditional wider rig system, and most of the decks cannot fit into what you have known before. So you have to use your intuition, and the good thing is that sometimes it tells you a story. The whole spread tells you a story, and it comes with booklets, but then you have to use your own intuition. So it's good for those who have strong knowledge or have developed intuition deeply. And also, if you like studying the Greek or Asian Rome mythology, then you will understand the story behind the gods and goddesses, and it can help you to really understand the meaning of the cards. So this is completely different from the traditional wider rig system. I like it because I really feel that I connect deeply with the ancient Rome mythology or the Greek mythology. And okay, the next deck that also falls into the same category is the Mona Lisa Tarot. This speaks to you intuitively, and is published by Los Galabel, and is a purely intuitive deck, and it tells a story. It's unisex, and also I like it because I like the drawing. I like the idea. I have done the full review of this deck. I hope that you can find it in my channel. And I like it because it's gender flexible. Basically, it talks about a man dressing in the Mona Lisa costume and walking around the city and helping people. And also, both Mona Lisa Tarot, both this deck, the Mona Lisa Tarot and the Olympus deck, I use it both for the straight male and also the gate male. And I read both for the straight and the gates. and it's really good because it actually help the gay people to understand their deep psychological junks, and hopefully help them to step out and heal from the wounds or heal from the judgment that the public gave them, or free themselves from a lot of pressure, and understand the complexity of the gay people. So I really love this deck, the Olympus Tarot and Mona Lisa Tarot. It works both for the gay and straight. So not forgetting the gay, and the unisex tarot can really help you to understand both genders, or both straight male and the gay males. And so here are the tips for you, and I hope that you can choose the tarot deck that you like to begin with. And so I hope you enjoy this reading. I hope you enjoy this video. So see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.